Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen and today's video is going to be a tag video, and today's tag video is the Fall Time Cozy Time book tag. This tag was created by Sam from Sam's Nonsense, and I wasn't tagged to do this tag, but I saw Ali from Hardback Hoarder do this tag and I absolutely loved it, so I wanted to go ahead and do it as well. I'll leave both of their videos linked down below for you guys to check it out if you like. Even though it is technically fall right now, I live in Florida, so it doesn't matter. Fall doesn't exist. It's like summertime 99% of the time here in Florida, but I love fall, even though I don't get to personally experience it every year. I love seeing people post pictures of the trees changing colors and of people wearing light sweaters because it's a little bit chilly outside, and I wish I could experience that, but I can't. So even though it's not fall here in Florida, I still wanted to do this tag because I think it's a great tag and I personally love doing tags. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, and so the first question is crunching leaves. The world is full of colors. Choose a book that has red, oranges, and yellows. So the book that I chose is, of course, Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is the UK edition of Muse of Nightmares. This is the sequel to Strange the Dreamer, and you guys know that I absolutely love Strange the Dreamers. It was one of my favorite books that I read last year. It is one of my favorite books of all time now, and I still haven't gotten to reading this book yet because I'm currently rereading Strange Dreamer. The first printing of this book, the UK edition, has the sprayed edges. Obviously this does have a lot of reds, oranges, and even yellows on the cover, and I cannot wait to get to this book because I've heard so many great things about it already. Alright, and so the second question is cozy sweater. It's finally cool enough to don some warm cozy clothing, except in Florida it does not happen. It's like 90 degrees outside. I would die. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? The book that I chose is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I love this book so much. It is about this girl named Kath, and she is like an introvert and she writes fan fiction for her favorite series, and she's always holed up in her room and all she wants to do is write her story. And she's off to college and she's away from her sister because her sister wants to do other things, and so she meets a couple of people who kind of like bring her out of her shell, and it's really beautiful story and I absolutely loved it. Every time I think about this book, it gives me the warm fuzzies. It's a great story. If you haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend it. Alright, and then the next question is fall storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose your favorite book or a genre that you like to read on a stormy day. So we all know that my favorite genre is fantasy, but however I am really loving sci-fi books set in outer space as well. But I thought I'd showcase my favorite book of all time because I feel like I just don't talk enough about it. But it is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I read this book for the first time many years ago, and since then I've read it maybe 2 more times. I am planning on rereading this book soon, probably next year. I'll add it to my TBR sometime next year because I really want to reread this book. I love it. It is one of my favorite books of all time for a reason. It's just absolutely perfection, and I would love to be able to read this on a stormy night. Alright, and then the next question is cool crispy air. What's the coolest characters you want to trade places with? I'm not sure, just because a lot of the books that I read are life fantasy or sci-fi books set in outer space, and these characters are in really bad situations, like life and death situations, and I'm just like, I don't want to trade places with you. It's cool reading about you, but I don't want to trade places with you. So I thought I'd play it safe and be like, I would love to trade places with anyone within the Harry Potter universe because I just think it'd be so cool to go to Hogwarts. I love everything about the Harry Potter world. I think it's so cool, and the world that J.K. Rowling created is just so amazing and fantastic and so immersive, and I would just love to go to Hogwarts. Alright, and so the next question is hot apple cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next biggest or hottest thing? The most underhyped book, in my opinion, that I wish got more attention is Unwind by Neil Shusterman. This is the first book in his Unwind Dystology series. It's a really interesting and unique dystopian world. Basically, in this universe, there was this big war called the Heartland War between the pro-lifers and pro-choicers, and the only way the war ended is when they came to an agreement, and in this agreement is that children that turn 13 or over, their parents can have them go through this procedure called the unwinding procedure, and basically their body is harvested. They usually do this to delinquents and children that are wards of the state, but the state doesn't have any more money to keep them. So they harvest their organs, they harvest every piece of their body, and they donate it to children that are in need, or even for aesthetic purposes. And it's a really, really cool concept. It's a really, really interesting world, and I feel like this series just does not get the hype that it deserves. I read this first book for the first time a long time ago, like a few years ago, and when I was reading reviews online, I just couldn't believe that this series was not getting more hype, because it's such a great series. I think Neil Shusterman created such a cool world. I am actually planning on rereading the series probably next year, because I don't have. Alright, coat, scarves, and mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover you own that you like to keep hidden in public? I mean, I really don't have any books that I'm particularly embarrassed about. I don't think I own any books that have embarrassing covers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even like with the City of Bones, I do think that these covers are not really the greatest covers in the world, but I'm not particularly embarrassed by them. I mean, I wouldn't mind carrying this around in public and reading it in front of people. It's not embarrassing to me. So I don't think I have an answer to this question, but let me know in the comments if you do, because I would really love to know what book covers you're embarrassed. Alright, pumpkin spice. What's your favorite fall time comfort food? To be honest, I know that, you know, fall has a lot of like pumpkin and apples kind of thing. I'll be honest right now, I don't like pumpkin. I don't like anything about pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't like pumpkin pie. Anything to do with pumpkin, I just don't like it. I've tried it many times in different formats. I just don't like pumpkin. So I'll probably just play it safe and say apple, because apple is kind of like a fallish kind of fruit. And then the last question is warm, cozy bonfire. Spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? I honestly don't know who hasn't already done this tag, but I will go ahead and tag my usual favorite people. I will go ahead and like to tag Desiree from Libri Labra. I will also like to tag my friend Alana from The Awkward Book Nerd. I will also like to tag Teresa from Just Bookish Things and Chloe for the Brunette Bibliophile. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with any of the answers that I answered, because I would really love to know. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All of my social medias are linked down below, including Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads if you like to follow me. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Have a good day guys, and keep reading. Bye!